Andrew,
Yes.
thank you for coming in. Give us your hottest take about the real estate industry at the moment in Australia.
Evolve or get left behind. People can get caught up in software tools and the stuff like that to help them feel like they're being productive, but really real estate is about being known. The more people that know you, the more business you get, and the best way to create exposure for yourself these days, in my opinion, because I've done it successfully, is through social media. So
Love it.
if you're not doing that, then
You're behind the eight ball. Andrew,
yes.
thank you for coming in. Give us your hottest take about the real estate industry at the moment in Australia.
Wow, hottest take. I think evolve or get left behind.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's platforms and tools and technologies out there that you need to take advantage of as an agent in today's age of real estate. Otherwise, you will get left behind. I'm seeing that.
An example of what websites are you talking about?
I more specifically social media.
Yes.
Yeah, I think people can get caught up in the software tools and the stuff like that to, help them feel like they're being productive. But really, real estate is about being known.
Yep.
The more people that know you, the more business you get. And the best way to create exposure for yourself these days, in my opinion, because I've done it successfully, is through social media. So
Love it.
if you're not doing that, then
You're behind the eight ball.
yeah, you're behind the eight ball. At the very least, you should be doing the traditional methods of
Yeah.
physical paper marketing,
Yes.
signboards. If you're into that, never really been my thing. I got into this industry as social media was sort of taking off. That's always been my edge in the industry. So that's where I've put all my attention, and I've grown it over the last 5 years. So yeah, that's my take on what needs to be done in this industry to stay ahead of it and stay competitive.
Done.
Tell us a little bit about your real estate journey and your career.
So 5 years in the game, I was selling for 4. I got started with Heath Williams, which is one of your previous guests recently. He was brave enough to take me on with no experience. I think he may have questioned the quality of that decision a few weeks later, but I impressed him, I believe, just with enthusiasm and sort of conviction in my belief to be able to do this thing, which is real estate. I studied property economics at university, so I had that underlying education of property, how to value it, how to transact it, what it looks like. But yeah, Heath gave me my opportunity to start, and then 18 months later went out on my own as a sales agent under the same company umbrella. And I did okay as a sales agent. I'm a buyer's agent. I'm a much better buyer's agent than I was sales agent, but I did okay. I think my highest sale was 3.8 million, but I was just never focused on a patch enough. I could never really dial in on an area. I was always looking at somewhere else, just basically selling anything I could get my hands on. And I'm very good at finding opportunities. I'm resourceful, so I got by, but I never dialed into it the way that, the Heath Williams does with his high-end architectural, or the Tony O'Doherty does with his Southside patch. That just never really clicked for me, and I never really felt passionate or enthusiastic about doing that, which is why buyer's agency work for me is so much better, because I cover all of Southeast Queensland. It's awesome. I get to buy everywhere, which is what I want. I'm crazy in the brain. I need more. I can't just have a patch. I can't have 1,000 apples. I do. I need full exposure. Yeah.
But you've obviously then found your niche and found what you're good at. So then you take that and make a living out of it.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I connect with buyers really well. At the end of the day, I'm quite personable, and I also love real estate so much. The small stuff, the big stuff. I've built a brand on showcasing really high-end luxury real estate, but I don't discriminate, because I mostly buy investment-grade properties.
Yep.
As low as $700,000 up to 1.5. That's the bulk of what we're purchasing at the moment. So
Yep.
I love all real estate. My job gives me the ability and opportunity to buy it all, to see it all. I get so excited when I speak to a potential client who wants to buy on the Gold Coast. The same way I get excited talking to someone who wants to buy in Brisbane or Ipswich.
Yep.
Like it all gets me going. Yeah.
Beautiful. And then talk us through the decision of getting out of sales and moving into opening purchased.
So I think that my intention while I was a sales agent was just to build my brand. As a young sales agent, I think everyone should just focus on their brand, not focus on the money. The money comes later in the industry. When people know you, when people come to you, it's much easier and the money will flow. You've got your whole life to make money. I was focusing on building brand equity, because I could leverage that into anything, whether it was starting my own sales agency office, just being a sales agent independently, or whatever else I might have done, social media world-wise outside of real estate. I knew that having a platform would give me options, which is so valuable because people get hemmed in this industry. They have no leverage. They have no distribution. So they've got no options. They're stuck with this agent. They're stuck in this office. They're stuck in this job. They want to move into the next one. They can't. They have no edge. So me focusing on building that platform and getting people to know me, even when I wasn't selling that much real estate, people had this impression that I was this guy, Brisbane Agent. People recognize me. Oh my God, you're the man. Like, dude, I'm not even making that much money.
But it was consistency.
It was consistent.
That's what you said.
It's perception.
Yeah.
Yeah. Consistency in social media content creates a perception of success and credibility. And I springboarded off of that to launch purchase.com.au with my business partner. And it just felt like the right time. So I knew sales in real estate wasn't really for me. Like, I was self-aware enough to know I didn't have, the gears necessary to make it in that space by what I referred to earlier, dialing in on a patch or a certain style of property. Yeah, I'm too ADHD for that. Like, I'm just going to buy everything. I want to do a little bit of everything. And I love the social media stuff. So it just felt like the natural progression is growing in Australia. There's only 2,000 buyers agents and 70,000 sales agents.
Yeah.
So
it is growing.
It's disproportionate, There's so much opportunity out there and nowhere near as much competition. I used to hate calling people and they would go, "You're the 5th agent to ring me today." Yeah. And the 20th this week. That would kill me. I'm like, oh, what's the point?
Yeah.
Like,
how do I make my market?
How do I, this is just my life? No way. I'm going to go do the thing that's less saturated that I feel like I'd be better at anyway. No regrets. It's been amazing.
Would you agree that social media gives a false representation of selling?
I think if you can back it up and get on the phone and get in front of your potential clients and do the job and convince them that you're right for it and then follow through and provide the service, then absolutely not.
You have to be able to do that.
It's no different to cold calling someone.
Yeah.
Can I come value your house? We just sold X up the road. It's literally no different.
My question is, are you going to the properties with them? So how do you do
50% of the time. Yeah. Okay. We bought something last week out in Ipswich that I didn't even see. We've bought plenty of properties that I haven't even seen, but
do the research around.
Yeah, we do all the research, all the due diligence. Thank God for like modern day information being available so easily. We don't need that much to be able to make a decision on whether it's a good property to buy as an investment.
Yes.
Owner occupier, a bit different.
Story, yeah.
But I go to most of the properties. It's only in a situation where it's very competitive. Time is short. We need to make a decision. We know it's right from all of our due diligence check point of views. We'll make an offer, and usually it's not cash unconditional. If we haven't seen it, we'll go visit it within that cooling off period or within the 7 days finance or building a pest. So whether they go see it or we go see it. But there is a lot of remote work, and that's what I love about being a buyer's agent. It's not as in person, like going on a Saturday, setting up open homes, closing all the doors, turning off all. I hated that stuff. Like, get me out of this house. Like, let me out. I hate this.
Put him in an open.
I don't want to be in your home anymore. Yeah. This is the 6th week.
It's crazy how that has transformed a certain part of our industry, because that is not the norm. And to me, that sounds crazy that you're buying properties representing clients and not seeing them. But obviously that's what the client is used to and what your
Yeah. Well, a lot of my clients are remote.
Yeah.
I'm representing clients overseas, in Sydney, in Melbourne, in Perth. So they can't see it. As long as we can get all the right information to make that decision, then.
And what is the right information?
I think doing all the background checks on a property, if it's an investment, is important. Looking at data points. If we're getting specific, then it's location analytics. For an investor, you want a higher owner-occupier ratio to renter ratio. You want to look at the actual volume of listings on the rental market. If you're buying a 3-bedroom house, how many 3-bedroom houses are on the market right now? If there's 15 or 20, move on to the next suburb, because there's an oversupply and it's going to be hard getting a tenant in there for a premium return. And then the actual property itself, we're always focusing on bigger blocks where there's scope to add value through another bathroom, a granny flat, a pool, just doing something, adding solar, anything that we can do to add value. And for us to get it for a better price is good, because usually what you get back putting into the property is more than what you spend if you're buying in the right area.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's lots of things we check before we even get to the point of introducing a property idea to a client.
To a client.
When we get to that point, we already know it's good. And as long as they're on board, then we go have a look at it, get the walkthrough video. I narrate that so they get the point of view experience as though they're walking through the property. I've been in hundreds of homes, not just as a sales agent, but doing the Brisbane Agent promotional stuff, that I've got a really good sense of what is a good property, what's a good area. And I guess relay that onto my client through the video and through my comments so they feel really comfortable buying what we're suggesting they should buy. And everyone's been super happy so far. Everyone's made plenty of money. We're lucky we're in Australia. The market's just rocketing, especially in that sort of 700 to 115 range. It's crazy. I'm trying to buy something in Merrimack on the Gold Coast and they've got 18 offers on it. 18 offers.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane.
And everything's $1 million now, realistically.
Yeah. So we thought, we might buy this for $1.50. We'll have to pay at least $100,000 more than that to buy it. But I just spoke to their broker and their broker's like, I'm comfortable with that. They can afford it. The numbers stack up at $850 a week per rent. So if you do all the numbers, then you can move forward with confidence and spend the $1,150,000, because in 6 months' time, when that property is worth 1.3, who cares? You've made 150 grand. Yeah. So it's scary, but our job is to give them confidence to do that. When we've had a discussion earlier, a couple of weeks, this might go like $1,050,000. Now I'm asking for $100,000 more.
So should you buy now?
Yeah, you should buy now. Definitely. The market's just growing. And there's reason for that beyond hysteria. There's infrastructure. There's billions of dollars being spent in the Gold Coast with the transport upgrade. People are moving to Southeast Queensland, so I'm super bullish on it.
Yeah. What makes your company now different to other buyers agencies?
Me.
Personality.
Yeah, well, it's personality. I think that you're not talking to a robot, and I speak to a lot of potential clients who've talked to other potential buyers agents and they're not happy with that experience. It's like a sales funnel that they're going through. They have a call with someone who then goes on to the onboarding person and then the agent. Like, I'm the guy. I'm the guy making the content. I'm the guy on the onboarding call, and I'm also your agent. So people appreciate that they're getting me when they book in to work with Purchased.
Yeah.
That's the benefit of being a young company. I have the time and the energy and the resources to be their agent, which is really valuable. I'm not just palming them off to some other person they've never met, and our fees are competitive too. So that makes us pretty unique in the industry as well, because the fees are getting up there. We're not here to charge people through the nose for a service that we're trying to get done in like 2.5 weeks.
Where do you get your stock from?
On market, off market.
Yeah, who are your off market properties?
People call me. So just because of my reach,
Yeah.
I have so many real estate agents that follow me because they love seeing the homes that I tour. And that's why I keep doing that content.
Yeah.
Because more agents follow me. They love seeing the homes. A lot of people know who I am in Southeast Queensland. I get to an open home and they know who I am. I love your content, love your work, blah, blah, blah. So that's a benefit of using Purchase, is my credibility in the industry and the authority that I have. Off markets come to me every day, but they're not that good. Most people want too much off market. A vendor has usually been told that they can get $1.2 million for that agent to get the Form 6. And then they go to the market and the feedback is like 1,100,000. So us getting an off market is usually exciting, but they want the absolute peak of what that property could be worth usually. Yeah. If we identify that it's low, we'll go for it.
Yeah.
But it's pretty easy to find out where a property sits price-wise and if they're asking too much. And sometimes you're better off doing the numbers, waiting, letting it go to market, and then you've already done that pre-market research to be able to move quickly on it in the first week. Yeah.
Yeah, amazing. And what does the future for Purchase look like?
A growth, expansion.
Yeah.
We want agents. Like, we want people that have the confidence and the desire to build the personal brand like I've done, get in front of the camera, because that's how we're getting our business. We're not relying on mortgage brokers, financial planners, other real estate agents to refer us clients. It's way too risky and mundane, and we also have to give back 20%. Not that they don't deserve it for giving us that valuable information, but all of our clients have just been generated from me making consistent content, talking about buying investment properties in Southeast Queensland, and people love that. It's really valuable, and we want people to come in to the company that have that bone in them and can see the upside to doing it. And if they do it consistently, they will definitely improved. No one's good at the start. When I first started making this new style of content in January, it's like super cringe.
You're doing it for other agents as well. So
Well, yeah, I've always made content but I pivoted massively from lifestyle luxury real estate. I never posted any of my listings on my socials. They were just like, oh crap. So I was like, you don't get the feature because it's gonna affect my aesthetic, which is high-end luxury real estate. And I needed to do that because I was getting paid for those tours. It's a business in itself outside of selling. So me promoting an apartment I'm selling in the city, it taints the value of the audience I've curated for luxury real estate. But when I started purchase with my business partner, it was like, okay, we're pivoting now. I do need to post a different style of content, which is face the camera, very clinical, trying to make it as entertaining as possible, anecdotal content pieces about buying investment properties. What does it cost you every month to buy an $800,000 property? A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah.
It's like, what is that going to cost me
Yeah.
if I've got a tenant in there?
It's just real information.
Yeah, it's information heavy, but delivered in a way that, you can be like, cool, let's like save that, share it with my boyfriend who I'm thinking about buying an investment property with. And
any backlash?
No.
Social?
No.
Do it. It's good.
I think I was really scared initially because I'd built this thing for so long and been so particular with my curation. But once I started seeing the positive feedback in the form of leads coming through, and I had no choice, like no income in real estate unless you're buying or selling. So I really had no choice. But I was scared. However, my business partner was super encouraging and supportive and helped me, angle the content in the right way. And just consistency, you start to see the leads flow in, you start to sign the clients up, you start to buy the properties. And once the money's coming in and you're moving forward as a company and people are appreciating the content more and more followers for that new style of content, you're like, awesome. Like I was silly for being scared of doing this.
And it's built obviously to where it's gone. But what's the age demographic of the people that you're representing now?
Yeah, that's an interesting one because they're mostly investors.
Okay. And
it's funny because sometimes I'm talking to a 20-year-old who's making $200,000 a year.
Yeah.
And it's
Crazy.
great. There's some people out there making wild money. And I take my hat off and I applaud them so hard because there's also a notion out there in the public that young people are broke, they're poor, they make no money and the world's against them.
Yeah.
Not true.
Not always.
No, there's people out there who are coming from nothing and making something of themselves. And there's industries that are so cash fueled that they're just throwing money at these young, talented people.
Yeah.
Young, hardworking people who are making $200,000 at 20 or, in their late 20s, $500,000. It's amazing. So
It's great.
our age demographic is as young as 20, but we're also buying properties in people's self-managed super funds. We just bought something for a couple in their SMSF. They're probably 45. So I haven't served anyone yet over 50, but between 20 and 40.
Yeah. Which makes sense, obviously, with the following that you have and everyone coming and all the leads coming from socials. Yeah.
Yeah. My biggest demographic on Insta and TikTok is 25 to 35.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TikTok.
Yeah.
That's a big thing because people either love it or hate it. I love it.
Yeah.
And I think it's a great platform to be on.
Yeah, it's way better.
There we go.
It's not as addictive though.
What's your input on TikTok and Instagram?
I think be on everything.
Yeah.
Be on TikTok and Instagram at the very least. Be on Facebook. There's a demographic on every single platform that you need to be in front of. And I make one video and I put it across
all of them,
all three platforms. And if I have the energy, I'll put it on YouTube Shorts as well because YouTube Shorts is actually really great for Google SEO because Google own YouTube. So if you're putting out YouTube Shorts with the right keywords in your captions, then you search Brisbane Buyers Agent and suddenly I'm coming up with no history of being a buyers agent in Brisbane and I'm still on page 1 of Google just because of YouTube Shorts.
That's huge.
Little hacks.
Little tricks.
Massive advantage. Yeah.
Yeah.
When your content changed, when you open purchased and you stopped showing the luxury sort of side of real estate, did your engagement and your following change?
Well, I've continued to showcase luxury property. I did 2 tours yesterday.
Yeah.
I just don't do them as frequently.
As often. Yeah.
I'm busy.
Horse place was a
an equestrian.
yeah.
Also with an equestrian ring and stables out in Samford Valley. And Sam Thaiday commented on that, which is one of Brisbane's biggest NRL players. So people see that content still, and I know for a fact it's sold properties in the past. That particular agent who I did that video for said the last one I did for them had a potential buyer come through because their daughter saw it, showed it to mum, they went and had a look, didn't make an offer, but it happens all the time.
Mm.
Kids will see it, they'll show their parents and they'll go look at it. And that's usually on TikTok. But did the engagement drop off? I think there was a bit of a shock to my audience initially, especially without any sort of business happening. You're just like suddenly talking about this new thing. When anyone launches something, unless people get around it immediately, it's a little bit weird. It's a bit awkward.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, I don't know about this. I don't know if I'm going to support it. I don't know where I stand on it. He's trying to have a go. I don't know about that. Everyone gets a bit insecure. I felt that in the first month. All of my property tour opportunities dried up. No one wanted to give me those anymore.
Yep.
So it was pretty scary. I was like, oh, God. You got no tours, no income. I'm not selling any property, no income. I don't have any clients I'm buying for, no income. So I was a little bit like, I'm wigging out. Like, I just ruined 5 years of
You'd be the
building.
only person doing the tours. Like, that wasn't a common thing.
Yeah, in Brisbane for sure.
Yeah.
And then I think in Sydney, there's a guy who's built a huge audience off of it.
Yep.
A bigger audience base there. But it's not common.
But
in
still,
Australia.
like, it's 2 people out of how many in terms of...
Yeah, I'm
purchases?
surprised not.
It's crazy.
I think that people are crazy for not doing it every time they list a property.
Yeah.
You should do a tour video.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to be the way that I do it. It's a very simple video. It's like 5 minutes, one take. You just speed it up, slow it down,
And then the talk over.
and do a voiceover.
Yeah.
I saw Marty Fox did one last week.
Yeah.
I think the voiceover, is the only thing a lot of people don't do. And I think that's what makes the difference in your videos.
Makes it more personal.
It makes
It does.
personal, where
People like,
Yeah.
hearing your voice.
That's-
It's a real
it's
person.
done well is because from when you're going on it, it's the same kind of thing. So I think that's the next step up is actually doing a voiceover on your videos. I think that's one of the things.
It definitely helps with engagement and I think people following you and following the properties that you're touring. But you don't have to do tour videos. There's lots of different things on social media you can do to hook people into your brand.
How do you build rapport with the people that you're representing if you are representing a lot of investors that you may not necessarily meet?
I think, again, social media, there's already immediate rapport.
Yeah.
The great thing about what I do is when people book into call with me, they're so hot already.
Yeah.
I'm not cold calling someone, begging to come through their place, meet with them, sit down at their table, and then it's like awkward conversation until we've got a little bit of rapport, and then I can start to say, maybe you should sell, or introduce them to that idea, or have to call them 5 times in order to have them remember my name. They are booking to call me.
Yeah.
So there's already respect and rapport there. So on the phone, it's straight into it. We're not doing small talk to try and build this trust. Like, they trust me enough to book a call with me because they've been following me and my content for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So I think the rapport's already there. We can build it really quick in the first 5 minutes of a call. And then we get very close professionally over the course of us representing them in buying a property, because we go through the highs and lows.
Yeah.
We'll miss out on 2 or 3 properties, and that sucks for everyone. It sucks to me, my business partner, because we go out there and have a look on a Saturday. It's a lot of time. We do all the research, all the negotiating, and then we miss out. And then the client, they're deflated too, because they got so hyped, like, we're going to get in, and they miss out. So going through that experience, it brings you really close. It's very real, very honest. I love that about what we do as buyers agents. It just feels so honest and real.
From your perspective, what's the mindset of buyers in Brisbane right now?
It's like a mix. I think it's pretty chaotic. There's a lot of fear. There's a lot of aggression, a lot of excitement. People are fearful and aggressive until they're in the market, and then they're excited. So it's just a journey. And I see that with all my clients, from them booking the call in, they're like, they're excited, they're enthusiastic about getting into the market. And then it's real. We're out there, we're looking, we're competing. And then they get scared that they're going to miss out. The prices are going up, 18 offers. Imagine me calling my client, hey, the one that you want to buy has 18 offers on it.
That's insane.
I need another $100,000 out of you. Yeah. That is like, it makes you sick a little bit. All right, $100,000.
Definitely, you got to have that report even.
That's a whole different level, yeah.
So it's a turbulent, emotional ride.
Yeah.
But once they're in, like, it's the best part of the roller coaster, because you just see your dollar value go up.
Are you finding they're fearful that the market's growing too quick for their budgets?
Yeah, but there's options out there. If you call me and say I've got $900,000, there's plenty of options, not just in Brisbane. Like, we're looking at Moreton Bay City Council, Ipswich, Toowoomba, Logan, Gold Coast. There's so many options out there. You can get into the market for as little as $650.
Yeah.
There's always options out there. I think me doing what I do every day, I'm able to quickly give them ideas if Brisbane freestanding house is out of the picture because they've only got $900,000. That's okay. We can go find you something very good a little bit further out, which is growing sometimes faster than what's in Brisbane because that price range is so hot. If you can get in at that price range, you're just making money every single day.
What's the advantage that Brisbane has over Melbourne and Sydney right now?
I think not to lean into the same thing that everyone else is, but the Olympics are huge.
Yeah, that's coming.
It's not the actual 2 weeks of the Olympic Games. It's what the Olympics represent for Brisbane. The confidence the world has in Brisbane to host the Olympics is really important for us as a city. It means we've got the infrastructure, we've got the culture.
Yeah.
We can support it financially. That's huge. That's a massive sort of green flag from an investment point of view that this is a city that's going to be here. There's longevity, there's sustainability in it. And you can see it around you. You drive around, there's just massive infrastructure projects happening everywhere. So many people are migrating to the Gold Coast, to Brisbane. And if they're priced out of there, the little cities around it.
So who's driving the market?
Investors and owner-occupiers.
Yeah.
That property with the 18 offers on it, I'd say that 3/4 are owner-occupiers.
Okay.
But if it goes for $1,150,000, you're buying into the Gold Coast market, which is so cool.
Yeah.
They've got a train station that they're building almost, 500 meters away from where this house is. So you could get on the train, you could go straight to Brisbane for work. You go somewhere else between Brisbane and that Logan Council for work. The lifestyle you can live there is so cool. For $1,150,000, that's actually not that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right near the beach. It's amazing. So
the-
owner-occupiers. Owner-occupiers drive the price really hard.
Okay.
But as you were telling me earlier, you've got investors calling you that are paying 10% more than what everyone else is just to secure something.
Left, right, and centre at the
Yeah, so there's heat from both ends.
Because are you getting Melbourne people coming up here?
Heaps.
Because that's what I'm losing. I would say 30% of my clients
Yeah, moving here.
are moving to Brisbane.
There you go.
Coast
There you go.
area.
That's like evidence, right? The Queensland is really hot. People aren't just thinking I should invest in it. I'm going to move there.
They're moving.
Because the weather's great. There's business opportunity. I love Melbourne though. Melbourne's gorgeous.
This is
I've had some great weekends in Melbourne.
Both have their pros and cons.
people are scared though. My biggest thing about buying in Brisbane, and this is just feedback that I've had, everyone's scared of buying because of the tornado, what happens in
The cyclones and the
cyclones
floods.
and the floods, like
Yeah, do your
insurance,
homework.
stuff like that. That's what everyone's scared of.
Yeah.
That's what I think the biggest thing about people moving here. They don't really know.
It is fear. And it's justifiable. We've been absolutely smashed by natural disasters.
Yeah.
As long as I've been alive living in the city. I've seen floods tear through homes and what that does to property values, not to mention people's well-beings,
Yeah, of course.
is really shit. But you do your homework and you just don't buy somewhere there's flood risk. You just avoid it.
Yeah.
But that sucks for people who have those properties.
Those properties, it's the seller.
They are worth 30, 40, 50% less than something one street over that doesn't get wet.
Yeah.
It sucks, but the flood mapping is pretty accurate. I mean, it's very accurate down to the centimetre as to where the flood water goes.
It's just really doing your
homework.
I mean-
Yeah, doing your due diligence. Get a local to guide you through it. I spoke to some buyers last night who might come on there in Sydney. And first thing they said was, we really want to buy there, but we know it floods. We don't know where to buy.
Yeah.
We're so scared of buying something that floods. I'm like, don't worry.
Of course.
Everything that we buy, we look at against flood maps,
Like
against
Ellie Beach
bushfire
and
maps.
Hamilton Island. That's where my holiday destinations are. But
Yeah.
I've gone there for 10 years and I've also seen it half disappear.
Yeah, I know, right?
So
But I don't know, you just got to buy the right property, right? Yeah.
What are the markets that you think people are really honing in on now from an investment point of view?
Well, it comes down to what you can spend. Like if I have a call with a client that has up to $2 million to spend, then I'm really encouraging them to buy something here in Brisbane that they can add value to. Like there's a place that I saw this morning in a suburb called Capera, about 25 minutes west of Brisbane, that's coming up, really leafy, right on the train line. Previously, a bit of a stigma with social housing and being a little bit low on the socioeconomic scale, but it's just coming up really hard, and owner-occupiers are buying out there. They're turning these old Queenslanders into really cool little cottages, and there's lots of lifestyle out there. There was a property that I saw come up, 2 side-by-side lots, total 1,400 square meters, and you could probably secure it for $2 million. And I think that is just like such a good investment play.
Yeah.
Because there's 2 houses on it, on each block. You'd get $1,300 a week in rent. And that is just the ultimate land bank.
The rent return's massive.
and you've
Yeah, rent return's good.
You've mentioned train stations a lot.
Yeah, well, we love transport.
Yeah, it's very important.
I think so. Traffic is awful. I hate traffic.
Yeah.
So if I was living out in the burbs, God forbid I ever do that, then I would want to be close to a train line.
Yeah.
I think it's so much easier, and they're spending $10 billion on Cross River Rail in Brisbane at the moment to upgrade the rail infrastructure. So investing into an area near a train station is really important. At the very least, it's got to have buses. But our properties that we're buying are geared towards investors. So there will be tenants there, and in many cases, they don't have cars. So you want to be near infrastructure, whether it's transport or shops or some sort of amenity that adds value to that area. It's not just in the middle of nowhere.
Beautiful.
What's your most undervalued suburb at the moment?
Oh, undervalued suburb in Brizzy?
Yeah. Or anywhere you like, where you think.
There's certain suburbs, north, south. On the north side, I would say Northgate is really undervalued. They're big blocks. It's only 15 minutes from the city. It's only 15 minutes from the airport. You can get in there a lot less than what you pay to get into literally one suburb over in Nunda. So Northgate's pretty undervalued over there. On the south side, East Brisbane, I think, is wildly undervalued considering its proximity to the city. But again, it's quite floody in there. So you've got to be careful what you buy. But it reminds me of suburbs in Melbourne. Like, it's so close to the city. You could walk everywhere. It's small terrace houses on small blocks. It's really cool. So East Brisbane. On the south side again, Murray is pretty undervalued in my opinion. Yeah, there's a few.
Yeah.
There's a long list.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
To invest in
Yeah,
Brisbane.
that's it. Better weather I'm moving.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Melbourne, but the weather here, we opened the blind
Very
this
tempting.
morning and it was like, whoa, it's so
Really?
shiny.
Best.
It's nice, hey?
Beautiful.
It's great. It feels like a holiday.
Yeah.
Hey.
Well, we are up to our last thing we do.
Yeah.
It's called rapid fire. It's the
Oh,
first thing that
shit.
comes to your head. Just spit it out. First one's easy. Go to coffee order.
Oh, see, I have 5 different orders. I'm the most inconsistent person with coffees. No one can be like, oh,
It's the day, the moon.
Andrew, long black. No, I might be a flat white that day.
That's so
I
rare.
had a long black today.
Okay, go long black.
What do buyers care more about? Is it the photos, the ad copy, or your opinion?
Buyers,
Yeah.
Mm.
my opinion.
What's on the property trend you wish you could never see again?
Oh, God. I think they've phased them all out, but those big spas, like that you can put in their
Bars
bathroom,
with
like
quarter ones, a half your half their bath.
it's like a half moon.
Yeah. Takes up
Like-
the whole bathroom.
Yeah, they're massive. They're
Still a few of them.
Also,
like,
it's like an
and we
hour
never see anyone use them. And it's like, do you know how much like expensive real estate there is right there without a bath? Like, get rid of
The
it.
walk-in shower.
That's a bedroom.
That's literally
Definitely had one of those.
Those things. Hope they never come back.
so fun. That brings me so many memories.
That-
Yeah.
Those quarter baths.
If you were a suburb in Brisbane, what would you be?
Oh, that's such a good question. Oh my God. I want to say Gumdale.
Gumdale?
Yeah, it's acreage, but it's also very close to, I guess, the excitement of Brisbane. It's not too far out, but it's a nice cross between suburbia and like rural living.
Yeah,
That's where my
beautiful.
parents are. That's where I grew up
I love it.
on 2.5 acres.
Love that.
Yeah, I love it out there. There's some amazing houses.
First thing you notice walking into someone's house.
Natural light.
An emoji that
With-
sums up. Oh, no, I just read this and I was like, oh, this is funny. An emoji that sums up buyers in 2025.
Oh, it's like the frustrated face.
Yeah.
Oh,
Just say,
Like hitting you.
yeah, then,
Well, then swap.
or just like a crying emoji.
Literally just tears.
Poor thing.
And we ask this one to all of our guests. What does success mean to you?
Freedom.
Yep. Love it.
Mm.
Love it.
Simple. Love that.
What's
Yeah.
your freedom?
I think just a feeling of not having to do anything you don't want to do. Yeah, be anywhere you don't want to be. That's important to me. Being able to go where I want to go, when I want to go, do what I want to do. I'm very lucky that real estate has given me that pathway in life. I love the autonomy of what we do as agents. Like being able to come talk to you guys at 1 p.m. on a Thursday is cool in itself. You know, it's awesome. I love it. So freedom, that's success.
Thank you for joining us on Beyond the Sale.
My pleasure. Thanks for
Thank
having
you
me.
so
guys.
much.
Thank you very much.
It's great.